following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
It's a painful goodbye on this episode of the Toonami Faithful Podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and with me I have...
your co-host, Kuro, and...
an editorial writer, Laser Kid.
And...
hi, Dreamin' Steven, doing some stuff.
and returning...
it's Fabian the Minion, first class of the Toonami Faithful Podcast, and the head samurai.
And we have another special guest joining us this time.
It's your friendly Midwestern freight hauler. It's me, Cletus T.
Cletus, great to have you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Always happy to see you, man.
Same here.
I'm glad you're excited to talk about Blue Exorcist like I am.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm going to be saying. I think everyone here knows exactly what I'm going to say.
I'm excited to be talking about Blue Exorcist. I got a little admission here. So I wasn't on the previous podcast, and because of that, I did not watch those 2 episodes until this past week, and I watched all 4 of these episodes
Yikes.
back to back because I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
I
blame
couldn't
you.
stop. This was compelling stuff.
It is.
Yeah, back when
Is-
I watched it just to watch a cute moment between Rin and Shiemi, I just kept going for an entire night.
Somehow that's the way it goes. So this week we're talking about the 3rd episode of season 3 of Primal, along with the season finale of Mashle, and the final 2 episodes of the Beyond the Snow arc of... I keep on wanting to call it Beyond the Night.
Beyond
not
the
right.
Night.
That's not right.
That would be a
There,
fun
yeah.
name for it, but it's not quite there yet, no.
Why is it called Beyond the Snow? I mean, obviously there was the
It's
arc.
referring to the first storyline.
Yeah, but...
But
like,
then
the
there's
episode-
this storyline.
this storyline, these episode titles about Snow. I don't know. We're not there yet.
I think it's meant to be a metaphor of some kind.
Yeah,
I think so
that's,
too.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I haven't
Actually-
quite grasped it, but the Japanese are very metaphoric, So I figured that this is all meant to be some
Well,
kind
I'm
of
pretty
symbolism.
sure snow in Japanese is called Yuki.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
And our character
play
here
on
is called
words.
Yukio and sometimes gets referred to as Yuki by Shiemi.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Ah, Beyond the Yuki.
A play on words we have.
Okay, yeah,
Which
I
should be
can see it.
saved for now because we need to get to Primal.
We do. And I'm going to try to be brisk with this episode of Primal because it's painful to watch. Not the first part. The first part's really cute, honestly. It's really cute.
So it's
And
Primal.
it's not like painful bad. It is just, oh boy.
It's
the
just,
intro.
this is unpleasant to look at.
Yeah.
Oh no. As Kuro puts it, all of the ick. All of the ick. Yeah, so we start out nice and peaceful. Except for the fact that Spear is a zombie. That's still just unpleasant in general. But Zombie Spear is wandering about as he does, trying to find something. And as he's wandering through the wilderness and we see all these Disney-esque beautiful animals, he eventually finds a cricket? A grasshopper? What are we calling this bug?
Go
It's
with
some kind of
cricket.
bug
grasshopper.
that chirps. Can it be his Jiminy Cricket? Can it be his...
Oh, you beat me to it by like seconds.
Always let your conscience be your guide.
The show
Yeah.
certainly could use that.
Spear could definitely use a conscience.
I was
now.
thinking the Lucky Cricket from Mulan.
Oh,
Ah.
you are lucky, Cricket. Yes,
it's a
very.
grasshopper because of the antenna.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Or maybe it's the lone locust of the apocalypse.
Oh God.
Now there's a title.
I'm sure somebody appreciates that reference. So Spear sees this grasshopper, and the color of the grasshopper is very reminiscent of a certain dinosaur. So it's not just sounds that can...
Holy
Give
shit,
him
I did
these-
not make that connection. I'm not even kidding you. Until this second,
Really?
I didn't make that. I really didn't make that connection about the coloring. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what's... He immediately notices the green stripe pattern on the grasshopper and gets transfixed by it.
I was wondering why he was like thinking of Fang. I was like, what does the grasshopper have to do with Fang? Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So at first, he's being curious and it's cute. The grasshopper starts crawling on him, crawls on his unpleasantly open head, and then as a grasshopper does, it flutters away. So he starts chasing it, and at some point, he just needs to realize that the grasshopper does not want to hang. The grasshopper wants to get away from you. And he even pulls up like a bush that the grasshopper landed on, and then the grasshopper falls on the ground kind of roughly and is kind of twitching a bit. I'm like, oh no. Like this whole time I'm like,
friend.
this grasshopper's gonna get crushed.
In the show, definitely.
This grasshopper is long for the world. But actually, through this first entire act, even though the grasshopper doesn't seem to want to hang around so much, eventually Spear becomes very protective of the grasshopper. He manages to get it in his hands, protect it from some predators, keep it safe overnight. But then he opens up his hands and the grasshopper's like, all right, I'm out. I'm free.
Peace.
And eventually it flies up to a really high tree, and Spear just can't seem to take no for an answer, so he starts climbing up this tree, up this vine. And it's kind of comical the way he gets all the way up there, and then the vine breaks, and the grasshopper's like, okay, bye-bye. And once again, he's fallen into a pit. And this pit's way worse than the last one. Way worse than the last one.
You might say it's the pits.
It's definitely the pits. This episode's become the pits. So he's stuck in the pit. He can't get up. There's no way to climb up. No vines hanging down there. So he's just kind of wandering through the pit, and he starts hearing some things. And that's never good. And he starts hearing this gnawing noise. And he looks down. And there's this awful little Cyberman-looking creature gnawing at his leg. So he immediately throws it and kills it. And it's like, okay, that's over. No. As suddenly a horde of these mole men, as they're referred to in the credits, just swarm in and overtake him in an instant. And then he wakes up upside down, and he's strung up with a whole bunch of other bodies. These creatures are apparently intelligent enough to do this. And now he's hanging there, and he looks down, and he realizes all of the flesh has been eaten off of his hand.
Did anyone see the descent? Because, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So now he's got a bone. He's got a bone hand. He's got a bone hand.
You might say he's got a bone pick with these guys.
He's about to.
So now both sketches and my fears have been 100% activated, and watching is a complete struggle at this point. I just want to make sure that's made obvious. It's a struggle.
I'm hoping this is the most unpleasant as it gets, because bro can't keep losing limbs and body parts. Please, no more. No.
I just remembered something that's going to happen later on when we get to it.
No.
And I had like a small like gag reflex.
Yeah, we're not there yet. The mole men are chittering about, gnawing on body parts, and they start hearing this unpleasant noise. It's unpleasant to them. To the viewer, it's probably like, "Ooh, I know what that noise is." Ooh,
It's in my basement.
the chittering of the grasshopper. Now, we don't know for sure if it's the exact same grasshopper, but Spear might as well assume that it is. And the
Jiminy Cricket to
grasshopper,
the rescue!
the grasshopper's here, seemingly to annoy the crap out of the moleman, until the molemen start chasing after it, and it's pretty spry. It's, it managed to get away from Spear pretty well. So he did manage to get away from the molemen for a while and just drive them bonkers. All the while, Spear's freaking out, thinking, "Oh no, my precious friend, I have to go save it." And he realizes, "Oh, my bony hand is actually pretty sharp." So he cuts himself loose with his bony hand, and then he proceeds to attack the moleman. He eventually finds another spear. Hey, he found another spear. He takes the spear, one flesh hand, one bone hand, and just wrecks these guys. But not before, unfortunately, the grasshopper got smashed. And that just puts him over the edge. He just tears these guys up, as he does. And then has this moment where he's kind of holding the remains of the grasshopper. And he's sad. And then he notices a fang hanging on something. And that reminds him of course, his previous attire. And thank goodness he finally put on some clothes. But not before realizing he has a hole in his gut.
And that's the gag.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
So he smartly realizes,
Now
hey,
Fabian
maybe,
has joined the crew of fear activation.
maybe we should wrap that up a little bit. Finally put on some pants.
Oh,
Well, they're not pants. I
I'm certain that
suppose,
was like a liver or a spleen.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to think about it too hard. Let's
I
not
don't
dwell
either.
on it.
Either.
I don't think Kuro's big on details right now.
Let's
No.
not dwell on what fell out of him. Let's just focus on it's covered up now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hopefully we
It's all
won't see it
covered up.
again.
It
But
never
not his
happened.
head, unfortunately. Not his
my
not his
God.
not his dome. But otherwise, he's
hat.
Or his
he's
hand.
finally, or his hand. That's just gonna be a thing, isn't it? I hate that. Though I have to admit, it kind of works with the look.
I'm okay
it's
with the
unpleasant.
hand. I'm just happy we didn't see it be eaten off.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm very glad that we didn't see that.
We don't even know how long he's been dead for. Like, if these creatures are taking quote living assuming these creatures are taking some kind of living thing and bringing it to their creepy little like death lair, like they would obviously smell him. Yeah, they would smell him and know he's like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Why is everything trying to eat him when he's a rotting corpse?
Yeah, it can't be good for them. It's not a great diet choice.
I'd say these creatures are more likely like scavengers that would go out in the night.
Well, yes. Because they wouldn't be
What
out.
did I say last week? This is how we get dysentery, folks.
That's
This is exactly how we get dysentery.
Which
How
should have
They
been
will
the
not be
title
able
of
to
the
ford the river
episode.
straight.
That
begins.
should have been the title of the episode.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Do you want dysentery? Well, this is how you get it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Mm.
What's dysentery?
Right.
It's the thing you get in
Oregon Trail
Oregon Trail that always
from
kills
drinking
you.
bad
And-
water.
Yeah.
It's what kills you if you somehow succeed to ford the water.
It's basically the bad water, yeah. Which
Okay.
they can occur, say a dead rotting corpse is in your water. That would poison the water and then you get dysentery.
Somebody poison the
Cabin
water
fever?
hole.
Dang it, Kefka.
Oh. That guy is such a sicko.
He is.
Episode isn't quite over yet, though. Despite that, just wishing it did.
Yeah, so now he's somewhat attired in a similar outfit to what he used to wear.
And he's got a spear.
And he's got a spear, which is the most important. Why didn't you take the spear from the last time? Why? At least he's learning. At least he's learning. He's learning a lot, actually, because he's figured out a way to get out of the pit. Piling up the bodies.
That's a very spear answer.
I don't know if I want to climb that aggro crag.
No.
God.
No.
Well, he's definitely near Nickelodeon guts.
Oh. Am I the only one that thinks those things look
Do
like
you have
Cybermen?
it? He may not.
Those things totally look like Cybermen with fangs. And no eyes.
He
I was
reminded me of
just
something,
remembering-
but I didn't want to dig too deeply.
I was remembering the creatures from The Descent.
Yeah, that for sure came through my head. The Descent definitely, which, that was a movie I only needed to watch once, and then I wish I hadn't.
So you're saying this was Spear's Descent?
Sure.
That's a movie for me. That was Event Horizon was that for me. Movie I saw once and never again.
No, that one's way worse. Yeah, fair enough. Event Horizon's so much worse.
So now that Spear has gotten out of the pit, and he's lamenting the fact that the grasshopper is dead, he hears a chitter, and then another, and then another, and he realizes it wasn't the lone locust of the apocalypse. There are quite a few more.
They're gathering. Soon they will achieve world domination.
Yeah. So, despite the unpleasantness overall in the middle, it's kind of a happy ending. Spear's missing more parts though, so that's not great. But at least he's wearing something.
What's keeping him going at this point?
It is. That is
Vague-
the question. Is like, does this
vague
have
thoughts.
a time limit?
Magic.
Oh yeah. It's magic. We don't gotta explain anything.
Literally a wizard did it.
Oh, Cletus is our guest. What are your thoughts on this episode of Primal?
It's a tad rough, not gonna lie. But I guess I'm a little more desensitized to that stuff than some people are, but I mean that everyone's different. I'm just kind of waiting for the shoe to drop here because in the first season they move around, Spear and Fang do until the story really hits at midpoint. The second season, when they're trying to chase down Mira and rescue her, it takes about, if I remember right, 3 or 3.5 episodes before it finally picks up and gets going again. So I'm assuming this is kind of going in the same direction. But that's my best guess, anyways.
It's a pretty good guess. I think in the Netflix way of doing things, he has become the Spear again. It took a couple of episodes. It's the Surf Dracula.
Indeed.
Steven, any thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, I liked it. a few things that. Sorry, moving my mic around. A few things that I thought were interesting and strange. How is Spear's hand working? That bony hand? I mean, there's no
Oh.
muscles on it
point.
anymore.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic, but magic to a point in that universe is like, it can raise the dead. But I mean, all those guys eating all those, fingers and everything else.
You're
I
right.
don't
Those
know if that's
bones
gonna.
shouldn't be able to move.
They shouldn't be able. If they've ate half of his arm, they should have took his, hand and all that with him. So I don't know how. I mean, they cleaned his bones off pretty good. I mean, they can eat a good rib or something, but.
Like ligaments
God.
connecting the bones. I get
Yeah.
what you're saying, and I'm sorry, Carl, that I'm bringing up those details.
Oh my God.
But I mean, it is.
I'm
Sorry
gonna
about that,
cry.
Kuro. But
It's
yeah, but it is a weird thing of like, why? How is that working? I mean, and then he grabs the spear. You would have think he would have just left it alone,
It
right?
would be
Left it alone at
interesting
the
that he
end
just
with
uses
his
it
other
as
hand.
a slashing weapon rather than being able to actually move the bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It is
I
mysterious.
mean, is he like Wolverine now? With his bone claws anymore? The one thing I wish they would have done is like they ate his hand and everything. He should have stuck the spear in his arm, and then he was basically be a spear. Then he would just have a
Only
spear
the
sticking out of
Thrall
his.
knows, except now it's a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Other than that, I mean, unless that's what they're going for. Other than that, he's deteriorating fast. I mean, he's not long for the world. I mean, this
He's
dude
not
by the
slowing
end of
down,
it,
though, which is
this dude,
nuts.
yeah, this dude by the end of his spear, by the end of it, he's going to be like his body parts are going to be spread to the four corners at this point.
Actually, when I was watching it with Duelist, the observation he made is, "Oh, his hand is spear." I was like, "Yeah, pretty much."
What did he say? Say that again. I missed that.
His hand has become the spear.
It's true.
The hand is mightier than the spear.
That clearly is not true.
Okay, I tried.
Kuro, do you want to say anything?
D. Bradley Baker did one of the voices, which is cool.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's really
He's
cool.
great with creature voices.
He's so talented. That's my major contribution to this discussion is
I
D.
think,
Bradley Baker.
Fred Tatasciore was another one of them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both creature voice guys that are just the best in the business.
So
according to-
flexible
Walker.
too. Yeah.
According to the wiki on this, D. Bradley Baker and Fred Tatasciore both provided vocals for the cave dwellers here. Also, some trivia about these cave dwellers. They bear a passing resemblance to Chud, the 1984 movie of the same name. They also bear a striking resemblance to the vampires in the 2011 film Priest, who Tartakovsky created the film's animated prologue.
Yeah.
And their behavior patterns are similar to the cave-dwelling crawlers in the 2005 film The Descent.
There you
Priest, that was the other one. I was like, there was something else it reminded me of. Priest. I've seen that movie so many times. I love it. I don't care what people say. I thought it was great.
go. I didn't know Tartakovsky was involved with that.
He did the animation
Oh,
for the opening. Or yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. It's the intro where they just do the world's building setup. It's honestly,
okay.
I could have watched the whole film that way. It was really well done.
I mean, I wish.
So I was not on.
I wouldn't have had. Then I wouldn't have had. What's his name? There were 2 Lord of the Rings actors in that movies, but I'm not going to get sidetracked too badly. But yes, D. Bradley Baker, great talent, and that's the most I have to contribute to this discussion. I got nothing else.
Fair.
Except
Again.
my face stuck in the ick position for the last half of the episode, just like
But wasn't it cute for the first half?
Yeah, no, him hopping with the grasshopper was adorable. I was like, oh, this is going to be a nice episode.
There are no knights of truth in Primal.
I was lied to. Like, I really was so traumatized after the cats being killed. Like, I really thought I deserved something nice. And I just got slapped in the fucking face for it. So here we are.
We got Gendy Tartakovsky behind the window, like, ha, sicko.
I don't think we're really. I think our friendship is diverging. Me and Tartakovsky are moving in different directions. Clearly, this love affair has ended.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I know.
Well,
I know.
the bright. We don't really know where this season's going, but the episode preview for the next one seems to not focus on Spear, so that hopefully is a lot less painful to watch.
We
Yeah.
can all hope.
Cool.
Cool. Fabian, any additional thoughts before we move on to Mashle?
No, I pretty much brought up everything that I talked about. It's like it's like when it comes to quality of visuals, good. I wish I did. They were so like somewhat gory or graphic. It's like, it's as like Clea said, it's like either you can stomach it or you really can't, like me, Kuro, and Sketch.
I'll tell you who can't stomach it. Spear, because he's got a hole.
Ooh. If you think I can stomach it, I got a bridge to sell you.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Just like that old twangy country song, I Fall to Pieces.
Oh my god.
I'm coming undone.
Aren't you funny?
Your last resort.
Yeah. You're killing me, Cletus. You're just
More like it
killing
falls
me.
apart.
I mean, earlier I wanted to make a let the bodies hit the floor reference, but I mean, he's really more stacking the bodies. Right.
You're gonna go far, kid.
You're gonna go far. Oh boy. Let's talk about Mashle. Mashle. So you may recall in the previous episode, we were kind of wondering, was anything gonna was Dot and Caldo going after the barrier user gonna even be mentioned again? It is actually. We open up with them apprehending him, and then Order snuffs the guy out like instantly. It's like, whoa! We were gonna like interrogate him or something. Guess not. Not entirely sure if he's dead, but I don't think he's breathing. Not right now.
Well, he didn't say sand burial, so I think so is he dead?
I mean,
or coffin, I could say.
Were those? Yeah. It was basically Garo's.
Maybe if they spent more time on that than Mash being shitty at studying, we would know the answer to that.
Yeah, but I mean, that was fun stuff.
It's Mashle. What do you expect?
Again, you're looking for all this in the wrong show.
Clearly.
Order being and the ornery fellow he is, I guess that's right. He's pretty disappointed with Caldo having accepted Mash after witnessing, as he puts it, a mere modicum of brawn. But Caldo reasons he hasn't actually fully accepted him yet, and there may come a time where Order himself will have to acknowledge Mash's strength. A little bit forward, news of Innocent Zero's assault on Easton Academy has spread around the world, and the official story is that the Divine Visionary stopped him, but people are skeptical if that's true. And the Bureau has upped security and restricted information. So the narrator mentions only Mash is burdened by the knowledge of what really happened.
He's currently not burdened by anything.
Clearly not burdened by anything.
Except his bad grades.
Except his
bad grades and lack of cream puffs.
Which surprises no one. Let's be honest.
So naturally, Mash is not he doesn't have a care in the world and is gone on a beach holiday with the gang because we got to have a beach episode, guys. We got to have a beach
Anime law.
episode. And Lemon remarks that the boys are all still weirdos, as if she isn't a weirdo as well. And Dot brought a slaughter melon. I love the
that.
the
It should be
wacky
Pokemon.
the wacky food monsters in the show only come up every now and then, but they are so fun.
The wacky wavy watermelon.
It should
This-
be a Pokemon. It's perfect.
It is. I don't think Nintendo and Game Freak are signing on Slaughter Melon as a name in a Pokemon game.
Yeah, they're not gonna let them have that look like
Slaughter maybe it'll be a Digimon. Slaughter Wellamon.
Slaughter
Look, they
Yeah.
literally have like a vacuum cleaner type Pokemon that actually looks pretty phallic. So I feel like everything's open for discussion.
Oh, you know what it looks like and what it's called are two very different.
It's called Varoom. Yeah.
Ah! I can't believe they didn't just call it Vacuum.
It's even funnier this way.
Varoom.
You're
My
welcome.
word.
Anyway, get back on topic. Sorry, my fault.
So the slaughter melon, you know, because when you're at the beach, you break a watermelon, you share it, it's good stuff. So in this magical world, the twist is the slaughter melon will attack you as soon as it finds an opening, and it latches onto Mash's head immediately. And Dot is like, "It's the way of the world." It's like, dude, you didn't have to. What is wrong with you? But it's okay. Mash takes care of it. Smashes it up and is like, "Hey, anybody want a piece?" And everyone's like,
Don't eat that. Don't
Yeah.
eat that.
Like, is
So
the
is-
red the watermelon, or is it your blood?
I don't know, and
Nah.
It's-
yeah.
it's-
Let's.
it's
That's
icky
fine.
and or sticky.
Possibly
both.
both.
Definitely both. So Finn, Lance, and Lemon are contemplating Mash's situation because, of course, Mash isn't gonna. When they're surprised by Headmaster Wahlberg, who also wanted to enjoy a beach episode, despite recovering from his injuries. Oh man! Every now and
Hey,
then, when
what
he's trying
better
to
place
talk,
to recover?
he's like coughing up, like, "Oh, what did they do to his face, man? It's so unpleasant to look at."
Mhm.
Can't you fix that with magic? Can't somebody fix that with magic? So Wahlberg is mainly here to monologue about Innocent Zero and Mash's 5 brothers, who I'm sure will have no significance whatsoever. Who he admits are at least as strong as himself. I'm not sure how he came to that conclusion.
Yeah, that information came out of nowhere. Nowhere. He just
Get-
knew this, and then we saw a little clip of what they might look like. Their shadowy outlines.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's just like basing this off of MASH. Like each one of them is like, since they're all like supposed to be a specific part for Innocent Zero to assimilate, maybe they are all like perfections of one specific trait. Like Mashle is muscles,
Mash.
and the others could be other parts of the body, be it mind, sight, or stuff like that.
One of them better be mine, because my gosh.
You're gonna need it with Mash around.
Mash is going to throw that balance off entirely.
He's a dum-dum.
Yes,
But he's
he
our
is.
dum-dum.
That's
He is our
right.
dum-dum. And we love it.
So Wahlberg goes on to say that the odds of winning are nearly... Mash is the difference maker. And then Mash says it's 50-50 whether he'll win or lose. But since muscles never lose, there's a 100% chance he'll win.
I don't
60%.
I don't think that's how that works.
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Straight from Anchorman.
That is the logic there.
Man, what's that there's that song where they just start singing like a bunch of percentage of qualities. Remember the name? Ah, man. I have it saved.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is 100% something skill.
Yeah. Yes. Isn't that a Fort Minor song?
There was also like a cover that I listened to more.
I see.
But I don't remember.
Anyway.
Why.
Now Wahlberg is kind of thinking to himself how Mash's spirit, optimism, and desire to help the weak and his heart are the boy's true strength. And then kind of, he doesn't, he's basically putting all of his hopes on Mash in his mind that he can create the world that he was unable to. But then Wahlberg speaks out loud that he's counting on Mash, and Mash tells him, leave it to him. He'll beat the bad guys and then graduate with the rest of his friends. And then Lance shatters that moment by reminding Mash he's one failed grade away from expulsion, and the end of semester exams are coming up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Time for a cameo from Regro and Brad, who just hang out. Why do they hang out?
It's just what they do.
Brad was trying to kill Regro at the beginning.
Yeah, but now they're friends.
Now they're in cahoots.
Yes.
So they just happen to be discussing the semester exam as well, because, of course. And Regro's like, well, kindness will triumph. And Brad's like, what's kindness have to do with anything? So the others try to tutor Mash, and it turns out that even Dot studies regularly, and that just shatters Mash further. I think he was probably of the assumption that he wasn't the dumbest one.
Sorry, Mash. You are the dumbest one. We love you, but you're the dumbest one.
So they're all trying to teach him, and the information's flying at him, and it's totally frying him. His head explodes, and now he looks more like a mushroom than ever with his frizzled afro.
He wants to go wigging out with Dom Patch.
Yeah. Mash continues studying, now with the watchful eyes of his peers, and the pressure just gets to him to the point that he jumps out the window. Which he broke, by the way. It was not an open window. He just broke through the window. And they're like, oh man, there he goes. But Lance is like, I won't waste my time teaching someone who runs away when things get tough. Okay, Lance.
That's a Lance answer, all right.
But Finn is worried and goes after Mash. Because Finn really is his bestest bud. And after looking all over, Finn eventually finds Mash buried in the dirt. I guess this is his, self-punishment or something. Mash apologizes that studying is the one thing he can't do, and Finn's like, no, that's not the Mash I know. The Mash I know doesn't even flinch when facing the most impossible enemies. I want to graduate with you, Mash. You gotta do this. And these words of encouragement do snap Mash out of his funk. And he rises from the ground with renewed determination, covered in moles. Okay.
Because reasons.
So after Lance is a little bit tsundere again, Mash resumes his cram session. And though he struggled, he managed to squeak by. And he claims it was easy peasy, and the others very frustratingly tell him not to get cocky. And then Bamboo busts in with bad news, and I guess everybody's just so used to this guy that they can actually understand him now. What's his real name? I didn't even bother to look it up.
No
as soon
one
as you
knows.
said Bamboo, I was like, yeah, I know the guy. The guy who's all Bamboo, who's in the Not Quidditch.
Yeah, the Not Quidditch team captain, that guy. Suddenly, an angry mob has appeared demanding the Academy stop harboring a lack magic.
Tom is his name. His name is Tom.
Tom! How could I forget Tom? How could I forget Tom on
I was like, I
Toonami?
know the answer to this.
I'm sorry, it's just such typical name that it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why you didn't remember.
probably.
It's like,
That's
what is
exactly
this
why he
guy
didn't
doing?
remember.
When was the last time we seen him?
He just
It-
randomly pops up sometimes.
Yeah.
And
This-
rambles
this-
about bamboo.
Yeah. What is his
Yeah,
deal with
that's
the
Tom.
What is his deal with the bamboo? It's like his catchphrase. He uses it to describe many things. Anyway, yeah,
Even
there's an
his
angry.
own language.
Yeah, it's we got this angry mob full of people that want to kill Mash because that is what society expects. And Lemon and Dot defend Mash in their own unique ways, with Lemon claiming that she's his wifey.
Wifey, she says. I'm his wifey.
Maybe more like his soulmate. And they're like, whatever with you. And then Dot comes out in a nice suit, and he's got glasses. He says, I have a very special relationship with Mr. Burndead as his agent. And I will now read a prepared statement. And it starts out really nice. It's like, yes, I understand this is a bit audacious that a non-magic user be among the divine visionary candidates. But all that said, I'll kill you! And he flips up the crowd.
Middle finger. He gives a little finger, which is excellent.
And Mash is
Like, oh,
like,
he's going
oh
to-
man, these guys are just making it worse. He has the self-awareness to know that they're making it worse. So there's this just awful guy in the crowd who's constantly trying to rile up the crowd. And he calls Lemon a sinner and throws a stone at her.
Hey,
And yeah,
that's not. We don't do that to our lemon.
No.
and somehow it doesn't cause her to
Lemons, you're
bleed.
supposed to have lemonade, not rocks.
She's- No.
Yeah, he gets her right in the eyes. And I'm like, wow, there doesn't seem to be any damage.
I think we need some lemon laws about this.
Ugh. So naturally, Mash is like, whoa, you're hurting friends now. That's not okay. And Lance is like, if you go out there, it's just gonna get worse. You gotta endure for now. So Lemon tells the crowd it's fine that Mash can't use magic. Can't use music. And if Mash is seriously going to be judged for a reason as ridiculous as that, then she'll take the punishment along with him. She won't believe someone as kind as Mash can be evil. She believes in him with all of her heart. And we flash back to when Mash first meets Lemon. She tricked him. And she's like, why are you helping me? I betrayed you. He's like, well, I think you probably have your reasons. And if it's like mine, then that makes me kind of sad for you. So, in essence, Lemon said, let he who is without magic throw the first stone. Hey, wait a minute. And boy, they start throwing stones as this guy who threw the first stone starts cackling and scheming to capture Mash to gain instant fame. Like, that's his whole deal. He riles up the crowd even more and tells them to show the sinners no mercy. But before Lemon is struck by another rock, Mash swoops in, catches them all, drops them. And the man who threw the first stone thinks that catching a lack magic will be so easy. So he fires off an imprisoning spell, in which he says, the walls are 15 centimeters thick. Even giant monsters are so easily ensnared. And he just keeps repeating this line, more and more incredulous every time he says it. Until it's like, but the walls are 15 centimeters thick. Even giant monsters are so easily ensnared.
Yeah, working great, isn't it?
Shout out to Kaiji Tang. I'm pretty sure he was voicing that guy. So yeah, Mash breaks through the cage, because of course he does, and he sends it right back at the guy. And first the cover lands on top of him, and then the door lands to close him in.
Perfect.
So Mash boldly declares to the crowd that he'll become a divine vision And it's fine, even if you can't use magic. Okay? And the crowd is just silent and dumbfounded. So Wahlberg appears in a puff of magic to say that his arbitrary decision has caused some confusion, but the boy's fate will be determined after the Divine Visionary exam is over, and asks that everyone have a bit more patience in the meantime. Turning to look back at the others, Wahlberg tells Mash that he's made very good friends, and he's immensely proud of all of them. Mash then responds that since he's entered the academy, he's gained so many things that he holds dear, so he will become a divine visionary. And when Wahlberg reminds him, if Mash fails, then the magic world will criminalize him and even those who defended him. So passing the exam is the only path. And I feel like this is just getting repeated at this point.
Yeah, we got that part. Thanks.
And then the narrator says the selection exam is at its final stage. Mash is supported by his friends, upperclassmen who acknowledge him, and former rivals as he seeks to become the next divine visionary. And in the montage, we see Rain, Abel, Abyss, Love, Margaret back in bulky form, no longer the skinny little twink lady form. Tom, and Max is alive. Remember Max? That guy who got totally messed up by Carpaccio? He's there. He's still alive.
Well, damn.
Good for him. I liked him. What little we saw of him. And Mash makes one more declaration while punching the screen. Whatever comes my way, I'll knock the stuffing out of him with my fist. And that's the end of the season.
Until the foreseeable future. That's the end of Mashle.
There is a third season. Is it supposed to air this year? I don't know if it's been confirmed for this year, but it has been confirmed in development. As for when it will air on Toonami,
2027.
Uh,
So don't hold your breath, please.
yeah, it ain't happening anytime soon.
Nope.
It'll come eventually.
Oh yeah, probably. I don't see this one becoming too difficult to obtain, but who could
It's Aniplex.
say?
It ain't going nowhere.
Who could say? Yeah, that's the Mashle. So once again, starting off with our guest, Cletus. What do you think of this episode of Mashle and the season as a whole?
Well, it was a great way to end the season. Not gonna lie to you, Mash is kind of like Japanese Forrest Gump. He's got all the athletic gift in the world, but not the brains to back it up. If you can teach him how to wrap up and tackle or run with a football, he's going to be a 5-star recruit to the D1 school of his choice. And he's already got an agent. He's got redheaded Jerry Maguire working for him there. So
I was just about spat out my drink.
Maybe the commander should give him a call.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if anything, I think this season actually upped the game from the first season. It keeps its identity as a comedy and a parody, but it does give you world building. It does give you some background and lore. There are some stakes, but not enough to make you take it entirely seriously because it's Mashle. But I mean, I think it did very well for itself. No complaints here whatsoever.
Yeah. Kuro, what did you think of this episode of Mashle and this season of Mashle?
I was a little disappointed in Mash. For all the stuff he gives out about my place of learning, it turns out he actually hasn't been putting forth any effort whatsoever. And like I get the whole part about like him not having magic. Yeah. We all know that. Your muscles, no magic, blah blah blah. But he should have at least been putting forth some kind of effort to fake it and to learn something, because he must have known he needed to absorb some information at some point. So that was like laziness on his part, I gotta say. I was a little disappointed. As an A+ student myself who loves to sit at the front of the class, I know no one is surprised here. I just felt a little insulted that he just didn't seem to care about his academic education. Sir, how are you planning on supporting yourself after all of this? Your muscles cannot earn the rent unless you have an actual means to do so. You got to go to school. Everybody stay in school. That's my
Yeah.
takeaway from this.
I mean, he is a meathead, but you would
It's a
think
little much.
it's so important for him to stay in the school that you'd think he would be putting in the effort, because he always puts in effort.
Exactly. He's capable of trying. He obviously has some ability to be clever because he figures out workarounds that work for his capabilities. So why is he not applying that to his academics? You know?
Yeah.
I just expected a little better. But putting that aside, it was an amusing season. I do feel like this whole overarching bad boy thing is it's a bit tongue in cheek, and I'm a fan of that. I think it's interesting that Wahlberg knew about his quote brothers, and that he mentioned specifically 5 of them. That means there is one more unknown factor here. I'm just dying to know what this 7th brother is, and I'm also a little disappointed that none of them are sisters. But hey, this is anime. That's so typical. Yeah, so those are my thoughts for the season, my thoughts for the episode. I am looking forward to the next season because I do want to see where they're going to take all of this ridiculousness. However, I think I've pretty much gotten used to like having to wait long periods of time for these. Thank God we only have a million anime in between. I hope I don't forget all of this in the 2 years before we actually get to see it. We'll see what happens.
Don't worry, I'm sure the narrator will get us up to speed.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
like him. I'm a big fan of the narrator. He's scratching my 4th wall itch. Appreciate that.
Even Mash was scratching the 4th wall a little bit in this one, especially at the
Yeah.
end there.
Yeah.
It's like you literally punch the screen. I have to say, regarding the school thing, when he gets his test back and the teacher's like, "Well, Mash Burn Dead, you've been defiant ever since you got here. You've never applied yourself," and you're like, "Uh-oh." But it turns out you can pass. Like, oh, all right. We knew he had to, but still, there was a bit of tension there. They were trying to throw us off there. Boy, that teacher has so much patience. she really does.
Bless
Deal
her
with
heart.
him on a daily basis.
Indeed.
Laser, what are your thoughts on this episode of Mashle and the season as a whole?
Well, as per normal, I laughed out loud like a crazy maniac because the show is absolutely bonkers in all the right ways. I really enjoyed the touching moments with Mash's crew standing up for him against the angry mob. I loved Wahlberg just kind of being there, explaining to people what's going on. And it was a fun time overall. Mash being a dork running away from homework is just such a on-brand move for Mash. I love it. And yeah, give me more. Between season 1 and 2, I definitely prefer season 2. It is the funnier of the two, but both are great. I very much want more.
Yeah, there's some pretty good gags in season 2. Not the least of which was your favorite,
It's the
tennis
wand.
racket. The tennis
Oh,
racket
no, that-
one was so good.
That is legitimately my favorite thing that they've ever done.
I like the callback to him fluttering in the sky rapidly.
That's pretty great too.
It's the thing he does.
Yeah, that tennis racket has lived in my head rent free since I saw it on Simuldubs a couple years ago now. It is a fun moment. It's like, what is he doing? Why is he making a tennis racket of all things? Look, because he wants to. All right then.
Steven, what are your thoughts on this episode and the season as a whole?
Yeah. I like with most anime that I watch on Toonami and anywhere else, I liked it. Animation was fine. I mean, I don't really care that much. I mean, it's supposed to be a show that just makes fun of itself, right? It makes fun of the genre of the shonen anime, but it's like, hey, we got an overpowered dude here that can almost do anything, and now he has to fight tons of other overpowered dudes. And it's like, this is like in a video game, if you grind all the way to level 100 and now you just got out of the first video game area onto the first gym or something in Pokemon. It's like, it's fun. It's just like, hey, now I'm overpowered. Let's see what the game can throw at me. Let's see what all these things. It felt like at a certain point that Mash was almost more than a character, meaning that the writers were writing around him, right? That whatever they created, Mash could overcome it. He was his own, he was his own worst enemy at times, or he was so overpowered that they had to figure out ways to trap him, to stop him. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I can still overcome that. And it's like, it's fun just to see that, just to see how they can toy with it. And that final episode was a good one. It wrapped up everything we needed to know. It's a beach episode. It's like it's like something that they could throw away, but it still had development to it and still had a lot of stuff to it that was like, huh, you didn't know that they can actually do something that was worthwhile for a beach episode. And then that watermelon, there was like a Pokemon thing. Dude, that thing was like a fighting Foodon or something, like with the tentacles coming out and whatever. I'm like, it was creepy. It was like, then the thought popped in my mind, what are you eating? Are you eating the tentacles or are you eating the watermelon from that thing? Like, what part of it? And then you see it. It's just a watermelon with tentacles on it. Yeah, but it's just a watermelon with tentacles. You would think if he smashed it open, there's something inside there, like a half a squid or something, or half a optic.
There's even seeds inside that you grow.
There's
these
seeds,
things?
and it's like, how is this thing? So it's magically alive, and so it's like, does it really matter, or did they take
magic?
Two things?
We don't gotta explain anything.
Yeah, did they take two things and splice it together, and now they got this thing, and it's like, yeah, let's smash it on the beach. And it's like, is that like a thing in their society to take that thing and just smash it on the beach, or to see it and just smash it? It's kind of like the whacking day in The Simpsons where they just all hit the snakes and everything. It's like, is that like a thing that they do? Otherwise,
you look at that thing. What else are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't even know if you can eat that thing. Yeah, Mash is like, I'll take care of it. Just leave it to me.
Right.
I'll take care of it.
It's referencing like a cultural.
Yeah, it's
thing in
referencing
Japan and visiting the beach.
breaking
You
the
pull out a
watermelon.
watermelon. You blindfold someone. You try to direct them on how to smash the watermelon.
We very directly blindfolded Mash by having it cover his face. But he doesn't have to really think about where it is. It's quite obvious. Fabian, what are your thoughts on this episode and the season of Mashle?
I would say it seems like I'm more in the minority regarding this episode. I didn't think it was particularly interesting, aside from seeing the fallout of the Innocent Zero attack. I think it's funny to see Wahlberg just pop up whenever, just to clarify a situation or handle a situation when everyone else can't. I found the testing with MASH a bit of a distraction, but it does at least address his studies that he still needs to do in order to stay at the school. I was like, one of the things that MASH is really gung-ho about is toning his muscles and all that. Like, can you work on your brain muscles, dude?
Those are muscles too.
Get some wrinkles in there. Stop being so smooth-brained.
Right. Yeah, I almost feel like the study and the test thing should have been the season opener for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I know that
Yeah.
might take some things out of sequence, but because I do think
I
the
saw it. I literally saw it as filler, and I don't know if it's in the original story.
well, good point.
Like I see
don't
the
know for
whole
sure
like
either.
test need to pass. I'm like, I see this as filler, but it does at least address something regarding his academics at this school, showing that they're still important.
Yeah,
But yeah, as you mentioned, Sketch, like
it's been such
this
an
doesn't really
afterthought,
fit for the end of the
especially in
season.
season 2, because we've been focused on the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
which
Like
was
it could have been like a
amazing.
good thing to end on as a cliffhanger. Like, Ash isn't fall into the woods
Oh
yet.
my god.
I could totally see that as like, yep, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pass, and it's like, and Lance is like, hey, what about your exams?
Your
What?
grades suck, dude. And he's like, I'll deal with it with my muscles and punches the screen. To be continued.
Well, you know, he did he did deal with the written exam part of his entrance exam by making the the writing appear in, just strong arming it really. And like, hey, cut it out. Threatening the script. Pretty
So
pretty
when it comes to the season as a whole, I am, along with everyone, as I've said in previous podcasts, that I do enjoy this season a lot more than the first. The first I found leaning way too much on its how derivative the show and story is in regards to it, what it's parodying, and all that. This one I do enjoy more that it's focusing on its own unique elements, setting the stage, and all that.
Yeah.
So the only thing I look at season 1 as now is like our introduction to the setting and the cast and the plot. And season 2 is more like, okay, we're now going to properly explore this while still having some fun shenanigans. Like, I would say, like, the joke that I like the most in season 1 is when Mash got dragged underwater and he's like mumbling that he can't swim. And then he thanks his opponent because thank you for this. Now I know how to swim.
Yeah, that was great.
And again, it's all in mumble, so the guy that he's saying this to has no idea what he's saying.
Yep. That was a really good one.
That was a good one, yeah. Well, I think you need season 1 to have season 2 because you got to set up to do the crazy stuff that season 2 does.
Yeah, that's why I said like it sets up the characters, the setting, the plot, and
Yeah.
season 2 gets to jump off from that.
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Seems like maybe they too quickly revealed that he doesn't have magic and made that into a problem. But I do
It had
realize
to happen
that
eventually.
the manga is pretty briskly paced, so it's sort of speed running a shonen.
Yeah, I get the feeling like this one wants to like cut. When I say this one, I'm meaning like the story, how it's written and such. It wants to cut to the chase most of the time. Like, this is boring. Let's actually get to what you're here for. Let's get to what the point of this show is.
Yep.
At least that's how I see it for season 2.
Yeah. So we do have some talkbacks. Thank you for submitting your talkbacks by using the hashtag Toonami Talkback and just responding to the posts we made on social media. Big ups to the social media team for posting talkback posts for both Mashle and Blue Exorcist before I even asked them to. I was like, oh, I should tell them to do that. They already did it.
Yay, go social media team.
Good job, Stephen and Brittany.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, let's read. We didn't get too many, so I'm just going to go ahead and read them all. Horatio Cross writes in, I wasn't lucky enough to watch all of the season, unfortunately, but this series has some potential. It gives off the vibes of early Black Clover and Mob to me, so I hope season 3 will come soon. It won't be soon. Anime Twin Princesses 716 writes in, I adore this little cutie pie Mash. He's so stinking precious, and I love this new season just as much as I did the first. 10 out of 10. Sci rating. Nicholas, Zen Master of Sci-Fi, writes in, I enjoyed every moment of it, like Mash and his cream puffs. Toon Amp writes in, I enjoyed it, with the exception of the lack of real build-up with Innocent Zero. Sure, they mentioned him a little bit, but he was easily forgotten until he showed up. That's fair. But again, I feel like this is just not that show.
I think he was forgettable until he showed up and took possession of somebody. Which is early season 2. So I think he's very unforgettable once he made his declaration.
Yeah. They just really didn't talk about him much, if at all, in the first season.
He was mentioned, I think, once in passing.
Well, he was definitely mentioned a few times, but just kind of like this thing in the background. Because obviously, Abel was sort of working for him, and Cell War was definitely working for him. And there were, I think, a few others that had something with Innocent Zero. But yeah. And Wolf Cult writes in, another good anime that came to a close, but now we wait for season 3 in Japan in 2027. 8 out of 10. I really like this Harry Potter parody anime. After seeing this anime, makes me wish for cream puffs. Aren't we all? Although it made me wonder if they first chose to air this to promote the HBO Max Harry Potter reboot series.
No.
No,
I very much doubt it.
Not at all.
Not connected.
I would be shocked if they
coincidence.
even knew about it.
For
No.
one thing, that's not even out yet, and we're effectively done with MASH, and I don't think that's coming out anytime soon. But if anything, that would have been a coincidence.
It is a coincidence.
So my thoughts, yeah, I think season 2 is probably marginally better than the first to me. There are definitely times when it feels a bit monotonous, how it keeps kind of repeating the same beats, which I suppose it kind of has to. But I will give it credit for the fact that they constantly keep MASH from being too unstoppable. It's not like in One Punch Man where literally nothing can stop Saitama. He actually has to struggle every now and then in a fight and have to come up with some way to get around these ridiculously powerful magic users. So even though that can get, monotonous because it constantly repeats the same beats, it's a bit better than the way One Punch Man just keeps Saitama out of the action constantly because he'll clean the floor with whatever is happening. So I do like that aspect. And I think the characters are all really fun. They're a bunch of weirdos. Pretty entertaining. The bad guys were pretty weak. And Innocent Zero's crew is not that interesting.
Yeah.
They're weirdos, but they're not like compelling weirdos. They're just like dark magic and I've turned you into babies.
And those are the two that you're going to remember because they did something stupid.
What are you talking about? The babies guy was awesome. That was
there's-
hilarious.
Then there's Cell Wars,
yeah.
just a guy.
He's only memorable because he returned from season 1.
Yeah, he's been like,
Otherwise,
oh, it's that
he's-
guy from season 1.
I think he went out in a really funny way though.
Oh, definitely.
Choked out in hallucinated cream puffs.
But by
Cream
comparison,
party.
I think being tested by Caldo was an interesting moment, and having Mash try to figure out how to deal with these tests was pretty entertaining most of the time. And
I would say like what I didn't mention earlier that I'm now thinking about is just like the of relationships Mash is having with his peers, especially with like I just thought of like the one character during the initial part of the test where they were sent to like a different place
Max.
and have to figure out how to pop the balloon and get a key.
We like Max. Max is a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like he was chill dealing with Mash. It was a really good interaction between the two, and they worked together really well to try to address the problem in front of them. And the guy even like sent Mash away because he sensed the danger that was approaching. So he looked out for Mash, which was really awesome.
So Margaret's fights were really good. And
Oh gosh, yeah.
And the
Absolutely.
fight with Carpaccio was also really interesting. And of course, yeah, the funniest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Margaret's MVP for the new characters, because you
Oh,
start off going, "Oh God, what's this crazy evil guy gonna do?" And that's like, "Oh, he's not actually evil. He's just really
Hey.
weird."
Day.
They are just very focused on being stimulated.
Yes.
I feel like their stimulation is now directed towards Team Ash and not against Team Ash.
Gotta
And
love
we
that.
love that.
I think they're a convert.
Yep.
As many of them are. And I know what Caldo said to Order, but clearly Caldo's like, yeah, this Mash kid's interesting. I think he's all right.
Yeah, we know he's cool with him, and he's just. And I do wonder, is like, was he just trying to appease the other guy, or is there just like a bit of like instinctual hesitation to fully acknowledge Mash?
Well, I mean, it's the way of the world, so obviously he's still kind of not certain he buys into it, but I think we can all agree the sentiment that anybody without magic is an affront to God is just ridiculous.
I have thought about that
Absolutely.
since
Yep.
the crowd came after them, and part of me wonders if it's because back in some number of years ago where this ideology and culling started, a group of high and mighty magic users looked at the magicless and saw them as beneath them and saw themselves as God's gift. And because they're human like they are, it goes against that belief. And so they started essentially a crusade against the magicless and thus got them all culled.
Yeah. And that's just really disturbing.
It is. Because I just look at that, I'm like, that in this world, due to like how, again, like it is showing that we are God's chosen, in whenever they talk about like how humans have been provided the power to use magic, it seems plausible to me. They'll most likely never explain why this started, but that's just an interesting thought.
Yeah, because there's clearly
Yeah.
been people throughout history that have disagreed with these sentiments, but they haven't been able to change it.
Let's see. Unlike a certain character in Bleach, they're not the closest to God.
Jeez.
That's another day, I know. But I had to get a
We're not
joke
going
in
there, but yes, that was
Well
funny.
played, sir.
I had to make the reference. That's all I'm doing.
But yeah, MASH was a nice bit of levity in a occasionally very doom and gloom Toonami block in recent months. Not because there's nothing going on with Toonami, just that the shows are kind of
Stories
depressing.
have been, the depression has been tiled up.
Yeah, so if you're not on the One Piece train, and I totally understand if you're not, MASH is nice to have around. And
MASH
I
is
find
just always
Mr.
nice to have
AJ
around.
Tibbs' take on Mashle from the chat an interesting way to look at the show.
oh yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll read it.
Go
Mr. AJ Tibb writes in the chat, Mashle isn't the best show in the world. If you look too close, you will see all the imperfections. But just like a full night of drinking in college, everyone's being stupid, and you don't always remember all the people you met along the way. And thinking back on it makes you think things could have gone better, but you would had a hell of a lot of fun while it was happening.
I love that.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All I
sometimes-
can say is that I've shown MASH to several friends, and not a one of them have gone away not liking it. It is a goofy, silly, fun time.
And I've had
Totally.
quite a few numbers of nights drinking in college, so I can relate to the silly.
like it's a stupid show. You know it is. Let's sit
Oh,
and
it's
see
dumb.
what ridiculousness it's going to throw our way.
It's stupid with a bit of heart.
Yeah, like MASH turning a metal rod into a tennis racket.
That's probably the only reason that he got that stupid wand for. I better see some more work out.
Oh, I want to see. I want to see more wand constructs. We've demonstrated he
Yeah.
can make them. Give us some more. I agree.
I want it to have
Turn
some
it
kind
into
of
a whip.
special significance that's like randomly it's like some kind of special tool and he's like this thing.
Yeah,
really?
based on
like
how
just be funny.
MASH, like the whole build up, and then MASH just picking it up.
Yeah.
It was
Again,
blocking a
another
fount
funny
of
bit.
magic, so it's got something to it.
Yeah. I think the wand will reappear at some point, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Probably when MASH literally throws it at someone.
I mean, that is seemed probably the most effective use. It is heavy. It is strong. It would make
but
a
MASH
very
could
good
throw it.
projectile. That thing would do some damage.
I was playing Mega Man Battle Network 3, and immediately I thought back to Lan throwing Mega Man and his pet at a guy, saying Mega Man attack, and just knocking him to the ground after throwing it at his head.
You can't jack in that way.
Evidently you can. All right. We're done with MASH. We're moving on to the final 2 episodes of Blue Exorcist Beyond the Snow Saga. So I hand it over to Kuro.
Oh man, it's getting
Yes.
cold.
Well, the episode opens with a brief scene with Osceola and Lightning, where Lightning seems pretty flippant about the whole ordeal, and Osceola explains to him that things are getting a little dire with high-level demon attacks going on elsewhere. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with those two, because that's the last we're going to see of them for this season. Meanwhile,
My heart goes out.
yeah, I mean, we think that's on purpose, but moving on. Mephisto is summoned to the Japanese Prime Minister's office for a private late-night meeting. The True Cross Order apparently has been working closely alongside the government, as we learned from the way he yells at him. And he then pushes the minister to publicly acknowledge the existence of demons in order to avoid a public relations disaster. The Prime Minister reluctantly agrees, knowing that the barrier of Gehenna Gate isn't going to last, so they're going to have to come up with something. Something's going to have to break up the monotony of humans not knowing about all the stuff. We're going to know about all the stuff. The next morning, Shimi and Ryuji then inform Rin of Yukio's crazy mental state, and he reacts typically of Rin. He's outraged and upset. Meanwhile, back with the Prime Minister and Mephisto, he's organizing a press conference where he plans to inform the country about demons alongside the True Cross Japan branch. Mephisto is going to speak and describe the demons, and he's going to do so really cleverly under the pseudonym of Johann Faust. For anyone who doesn't get that reference, the whole Mephistopheles story is from Faust, so it's quite clever. But I'm sure you've all gotten that by now. If you listen to any of these previous podcasts, we've talked about it before. During the conference, Shima calls Mephisto and reports that Yukio is acting unhinged. Just as Mephisto hangs up on Shima, Yukio then appears. He demands to know the full truth about his birth and about the power of Satan.
You
Just
can't
that
handle the truth.
Pretty much. And one of his eyes then has become fully satanic, and it's glowing with its blue fire. Mephisto refuses to comply and proceeds to go out on stage to begin his speech. As he's out on the podium, Yukio is simmering from the whole thing, and he unholsters his gun and aims it at Mephisto. But before he can take any action, he gets shot in the head by a unknown third party, and I swear it took me a minute to, I really thought he'd done it, but of course anyone who knows a little bit about ballistics knows if you're shooting from the side, you can't get a bullet in the front of your head. So there is a third shooter, y'all. There's a third shooter.
From the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
What about the
Magic
second?
bullet theory.
I actually thought it
Initially-
was him too at first.
Initially, yeah, we both did. Initially believed to be the gunman, Yukio is detained, even though ballistic show wasn't him. But meanwhile, Mephisto isn't doing so well. Normally, a gunshot to the head wouldn't be a big deal for a powerful demon such as him. However, Mephisto's been weakened over the centuries and is exhausted from maintaining the barrier. So he's forced to undo the space-time freeze of the man-made Gehenna Gate in order to save his physical body, causing the numerous demons around the gate to unleash into the world. Now, it's not as if this was something that wasn't expected anyway. We knew that they had a short period of time before the gate would collapse, so it just sped things up inconveniently. Meanwhile, the people at the Vatican's North Pole base are forced to evacuate. The cursed energy of the demon realm envelops Japan and slowly starts to spread throughout the world. And now everybody can see demons. Yay! Yeah. They're flooding into populated areas for the first time, and chaos ensues. Rin, in the meantime, becomes aware that something has changed and desperately increases his search for Yukio. He encounters Shura, and before anything else can happen, she tells him to go back to the dorms and sit tight, but she does sort of inform him in this interesting non-dialogue scene about what's going on, more or less that Yukio is going to be taken in by the Order for questioning and testing for his satanic powers. And so Yukio is taken by the True Cross Order into a holding cell. They're not happy about him hiding his inheritance of Satan's powers, and oh my god, people, why are you surprised? Come on, have you not been paying attention?
He's the twin
Really?
brother of whom, and they're the
Yeah.
children of whom. This is
Really?
not that hard.
You had 6 months to figure this shit out. Come on.
They had
Anyway.
a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
They had his whole
Rin-
life.
Yeah. Well, the True Cross doesn't have any excuses. Rin then returns to his dorms where he finds Suguro and Chiemi, Izumo, are all and all the rest of them anxiously waiting. And he declares he's going to rescue Yukio, since he might be a danger to either the human experimentation or execution. He's like, it doesn't matter, I'll figure it out. We'll escape. We'll go off on our own. I'm gonna make it work. But for no other reason than he doesn't want to be his brother to be alone, which really gotta admire Rin's loyalty there. The other X-Wires, however, object and say they are adamant that they're going to help with this unofficial mission to rescue their teacher. Unfortunately, they're going to somehow need a distraction because it's got to look like it's something natural, or else they're all going to be in trouble. Strangely, Amaimon shows up just in time with Mephisto's butler and offers to help, because what greater natural disaster is there than Amaimon, the green hamster?
Can't
So
really
moving
argue
on.
that.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to see him. I was actually pretty excited when he offered. I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. But we didn't end up needing him because moving on to episode 12, the kids all set to break out Yukio, and I guess that they decided to like skip any kind of time because I was a little bit confused. This happened so quick. They're ready to break Yukio out with Amaimon as a distraction, but then Rin runs into Yukio. He's there and he seems fine. He's escaped on his own somehow, and he's behaving strangely. Just then, a bright light appears, as well as a helicopter, and it seems as though the Illuminati have come to retrieve Yukio, per his agreement with them. I guess the temptation for Lucifer was just too much for him, surprising nobody. Yukio turns his back on his brother, both figuratively and literally, and head towards the Illuminati. But he does share with Rin what he learned about Fujimoto and about the experiments. Rin knows that their dad loved him, unlike Yukio, who seems to be dealing with a lot of serious self-delusions. And Rin desperately tries to remind Yukio of who he is and who he sees him as. But Yukio refuses to listen and admits that his desire for strength overrides everything else and proceeds to point a gun at his brother. And then shoots him more than once.
God damn it, Yukio.
I know, right? Amaimon stops Shiemi from interfering. Poor Shiemi. Well, at least she sees what the rest of us sees. Rin is able to recover from the shots and is enveloped in his blue flames and goes to attack his brother, but he is repelled by the flame of Satan inhabiting Yukio. It then breaks the coma sword. Rin hears Satan speaking from Yukio's eye and is gleeful at Rin's release. He refers to a deal. Put a pin in that. Rin leaves on the helicopter. Yukio leaves on the helicopter with Shima. Shima by Yukio. This is all a lot to take in. So much to take in. Not just the sword breaking, but Rin's demon heart now has become completely unsealed, as we learned from the maniacal, laughing, creepy voice Satan. Apparently, it's part of him that had been sealed into it. That whole demon sword, his heart had been sealed by the sword, and with the blade broken, Rin bursts into blue flame and burns uncontrollably. At first, it seems as though he has died and burned to ash, but he regains a heart and then regenerates from the ashes, and with it a brand new body with white hair and little like demony bumps on his forehead. Either those are meant to be horns or the worst case of acne ever. You're welcome. Nee immediately protects the party with the eruption of a thick forested area in order to hold back the flames from harming them, because as Shiemi realizes, the flames are no longer warm, they are hot. They are painful. So with this demon heart eruption, if you will, another side of Rin's personality has surfaced fully for the first time. Demon Rin. He seems to represent a darker part of Rin, including anger and a desire for destruction. With this demon Rin in charge of his body, he goes crazy and even tries to fight his own friends. And his flames are raging stronger than they've ever raged. And he attempts to gleefully destroy the wall of green forest protecting them. Meanwhile, deep inside his consciousness, the reasonable and caring side of Rin realizes he's not in control anymore. Human Rin engages with Demon Rin in a discussion, but he stands up to him, states that he's going to protect his body and he's not going to surrender it. He punches Demon Rin to a pulp, Human Rin does, that is, and regains control. But as he is fading, the demon side reminds him that he can't ever escape his true nature, and he'll always kind of be there as a reminder. But Rin's back in possession of his body, and then he passes out. When Rin wakes up, he has an interesting talk with Mephisto on the balcony, who also wants to know which version he's talking to. Yeah, he demands to know the truth about his parents, and Mephisto tells him that he's all along had the key, literally the key. Kamikakusha, I believe he calls it.
I mean, are you kidding me? He's always had this key.
Yeah. This
Well,
is
I
a
have things to say
legendary
about
item.
this whole thing, but I'll wait till later.
It's a legendary item, and it apparently allows the user to go wherever they desire. Mephisto advises Rin that he needs to go into the past and witness the truth about Satan and Yuri. He gives him a nice shiny new uniform. It actually looks really good on him. And seals up his demon heart so it can't be seen because it's like right out there, like blazing away in front of him. But he wants to make him look like a normal exorcist in training. Before he goes, Rin makes a comment to Mephisto about how he had ignored the past for so long, and that it's not him that should be going, it's Yukio, or he should have, and Yukio is the one that Mephisto should have told. Mephisto makes an interesting, if not cryptic, comment back, saying that he has tried many, many times, but it's the past that Rin needs to accept, not Yukio. Yukio has another truth he must accept. And on this cryptic note, without any other preparation, Rin uses the key and departs into the past. And that's where we leave off, folks. Wow! Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot. I tried to be brief because I wanted us to go deep into this, but I had a couple thoughts. First, there's something interesting that was said in the second episode, something that Satan said about a deal. Based off of this, one can surmise that Satan had made some kind of deal either with Shiro or with Yuri about possession of a body. The details are unknown, but the implication is that he was promised the body of one of his sons to become a vessel. So, yeah, what do you guys think about that? Did anyone else pick that up? And
I did pick that up.
I didn't catch that, but very likely.
Yeah. Cletus, any thoughts about Satan himself and now that he's out there in the open and his interaction with the boys? What did you think about that sequence?
Well, it's kind of interesting how his first remarks to them are, "Oh, come on now, stop fighting your brothers, for crying out loud," of all the things.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dad!
Yeah, exactly. Then he proceeds to quickly remark, "I've been using 4 eyes over here to get around."
Yeah.
He views these children as tools for himself. They're not children in the way you would familiarly think of it. So I what you mentioned with the deal, yeah, I picked up on it. I have no idea what it is, so I'm curious to see where it goes. But
yeah, I wonder who he made that deal with.
Yeah,
kind of has to be Shiro.
It has to be Shiro.
If it's anyone, it would be Shiro
or Yuri.
Yuri.
Could be either one. It could be either one.
Maybe
And it
even
makes you
Mephisto.
wonder what they thought, because there's no way, I mean without knowing anything. But Steven, any thoughts about this?
Yeah, that deal was I don't know. I don't know how to classify that thing, because if Satan was like living in, so it seems to me that Satan already claimed one of the bodies of the boys. That's
Yes.
Yukio.
Mm-hmm.
So the deal went through. He's already in them. He's living his best life through this boy's life and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's living his best life, but man, he was taking a bit of a punishment right there for a bit.
Yeah.
Uh, it seems like the body was their father. That was the body that was going to do that. That was the body that was supposed to technically hold Satan himself, right? And something happened within there that couldn't do that. So he met, the boy's mother, had some relationship, something happened over there, and then all of a sudden she's pregnant. And now I think the bond, the whatever the deal that it was, is he won't kill those kids. They won't die. They will be under his protection somehow until a
Oh,
certain
interesting
age,
theory.
when he gets to take it over. And Father Fujimoto is like, yeah, we can figure out a plan to counter all of this stuff, because he probably told Father Fujimoto everything that the
And he just
order
didn't
was
have
doing.
time. He died
Yeah,
before he could figure out another way. That's an interesting
yeah.
theory.
It seems
That's
like
interesting.
that he already told Father Fujimoto that you're already some clone that I was supposed to take over, something like that, and he knew, so he figured it out. Like, hey, I'm not going to be this clone, but I'll let you take over these boys until that time. And he figured out if he can train one of them to do right and the other one to do, to kind of not accept it, but he knew one of them would be it, and he didn't know which one it would be. He can kind of like stop him. One would stop the other through brotherly love or something like that. Some weird thing. I don't know.
Do we think that there's any significance to the fact that Satan is possessing Yukio as opposed to Ren?
I
Yukio's
think
weaker.
significant.
I
Yes,
wouldn't say
exactly.
possessing, but using as a conduit right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
If
hasn't fully
Satan-
possessed him. He's just kind of inhabiting his eye.
Yeah,
Like
because
if this was
Ren
reversed, he
Ren
would
has the
like whisper to
stronger
Rin.
power, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
why do you think he selected Yukio as this conduit? Is what I'm asking, just based off of the little bit we know.
To literally keep an eye on Rin.
Well, I would actually go further and say it's because Rin would just tell him to F off and that'd be the end of it.
Ha!
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
With Yukio, he's got this angst and this anger and this drive, and he can use that. You go after
So he's
It's
more
Rin. Rin's just like
susceptible.
pissed off.
He's
typical
more
deal with the
susceptible.
devil stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the implication then is that Satan has had this channel to both boys all along, and he is selected the one that he thought he could manipulate. Is that sort of the thought here?
I think so,
That's
but
my
he
thought.
also very
Definitely.
clearly stated that if Rin survives the full strength of his flames, then he'll become a compatible vessel for him.
Mm-hmm.
So he clearly
Interesting.
isn't completely controlling Yukio. So I think he still wants Rin's body. He just
Oh, sure.
it needs to be ready for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's chosen Yukio because he can get away with it. That's the long and the short of it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What do we think about Yukio's betrayal? I mean,
Captain
long
Anime
time
Betrayals.
coming.
yeah.
After
I want to start with
it
Cletus,
is essentially
actually, because he's the guy.
inevitable.
Oh no, I mean if Fabian wants to go first, he can go first. No big deal.
Go for it, Fabian.
Yeah, I would say Yukio's betrayal here was essentially inevitable once he found out what Lightning and Ryuji were researching and had information on. He was already second guessing himself a ton. he's already seen the Illuminati and the True Cross as one and the same. So it's like, this one is not going to get me anywhere. I'm going to try the other one and see where that takes me.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. He doesn't see either of them as worse than the other, so he'll go to where he thinks he can get the most.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucifer offered a very tantalizing offer, for lack of a better word.
He offered
said
power and knowledge.
and knowledge, which is what Yukio wants. And he saw right through him. He knew exactly how to get to this kid. I don't know what the weird thing he was injecting into his spinal cord was. That was a little disturbing, but it was very clear. I think Yukio had been stewing for so long, and given his complete mental breakdown and attempted suicide, this was the next thing for him. This was the next direction he was inevitably going to go into.
Isn't that nice when a father steps in and stops his son from killing himself?
Oh, that's great. That's great. It's not just that it was inevitable, he was groomed for it. Way back at the beginning of Kyoto. What is it that Toto told him?
Yeah.
Toto told him that you're just like me, and that someday you're going to want to change sides. Just like me, because you're just like me. You can't tell me that wasn't said to him so that he would have that stewing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And even though she meant well, Shura kind of stirred the pot more by saying, you're the kind of person that's worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to think he's weak.
Nope.
Yeah. He tries to do a lot on his own. He doesn't want to have to depend on others. We talked about it previously when I think it was just me, Kuro, and Steven about the negative views towards himself. So this is like the only path that he sees forward to actually become satisfied.
I have to say that there is, weirdly enough, he might temporarily be more safe with the Illuminati, which is kind of messed up in a way. It's kind of twisted just because they're not, I mean, working under the
It was the
assumption.
best case scenario for Rin that this happened. Because if he did leave with Yukio, they would be hunted down from then on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Yukio is sort of, quote, safe. He's protected. He's protected this way, and he's not under arrest the way he would be with the True Cross. And you have to even think everything Yukio had feared that would happen has happened. He's betrayed by the organization that he devoted his life to. They're going to experiment on him. They think that he's some kind of vessel. It's all the things he was completely afraid of for the past 3 seasons is happening.
Yep.
And this is all being orchestrated by Mephisto, who's, got Shiva in there going, hey, you should join the Illuminati. Hey, you should join the Illuminati. There's some other side dealings going on here.
It's funny you say that. It makes you wonder if he's not doing that to help keep him somewhat safe.
Exactly. That's exactly when you said he's safer. That's when that clicked for me, because this is he's got his people in position. He's been working through Yukio. He's been fully aware of everything Yukio's been
He's
going
playing
through.
chess, not checkers.
He even straight up, like you mentioned earlier, he straight up tells Ren, seeing the past is not what Yukio needs. So what does he need? He needs to be where he's at, clearly.
Yes. Yeah.
For better or for ill, this is what he needs.
The other part of that with Mephisto is that as soon as things started kicking off, while he was recovering in bed, he immediately woke up and is like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I almost slept through this. The best show ever."
Yeah,
So
and they were
I've
gonna
got a
be
lot more to
friends.
say
for his
about
own
Professor
I really should
Voitor
put that in a
of
tsunami bump.
Yukio.
They
Yes.
should. They should. We should make that a meme for us too.
Absolutely.
do that.
The thing is that we haven't addressed yet. Well, there's two things we need to address. One is like a small correction to Kuro's summary. Kuro, Ren broke out Yukio. That's how they got out.
That is not what I saw. They were going in, and Ren had already broken. Yukio had already broken out.
No,
I'm pretty sure
at the end of the first
Rin
episode,
broke in, and Yukio was immediately like, "Oh,
I
of
knew you
course,
would."
It's you."
You're talking.
E-
Oh, sorry, I
even
completely
the-
forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Satan did offer to let Yukio out,
That's
but
right.
Yukio said nope.
This is what happens
All I
when
have
you
to
have a
do
week
is wait.
between episodes. That's right.
Yeah, he did say
Oh,
all
yeah.
I have to do is wait.
Yeah.
These things just sort of work out.
Yeah. Well, he'd already planned for it. You're right. I stand corrected.
The second thing that we haven't touched on yet is the things Maimon said in regards to Shiemi.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Let's talk
Yep.
about Shiemi.
Let's talk about Shami.
She's exhibited enormous power. Some of it not even purposeful. It like knee just erupting in this thick forest, and just the fact that not only did Amaimon kind of look at her and question what she might be, but also that in his demon form, Rin was really attracted by the amount of sheer power coming from the forest that she grew. And remember, in a previous episode, we speculated that she might have some connection to one of the other primordial beings.
Shani
I
Haza,
feel
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like it's just too tantalizing to ignore.
It
There's
is.
got to be something there, and
It's one of my favorite theories for the show right now. This and the other thing I'm going to mention later.
yeah.
And
that she's
she
somehow
said she'd
connected.
continue to support them, and that doesn't necessarily mean what we think it means.
Yeah,
Indeed.
she's able to even her own instinct, because Knee is an offshoot of her impulses too. So I'm assuming that was her own impulses, her instincts reacting to protect them in a
Mhm.
way that it knew how. And also remember, she was also somehow able to briefly reach Rin, you know, before his demon side came back out. Like she does have that connection to him, and he was
Mhm.
drawn to her too. So there's something special there about Shiemi in general.
I'm interested in the other personality of Rin, because when he first wakes up and he's dealing with fighting back against Shiemi, he's like, "Oh, Shiemi's my friend, but all I want to do is destroy this."
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does he think of all of the X-Wires? What does that personality think of all the X-Wires? Does he really think of them as friends?
Yeah, that's dark. Why would you do that to my boy Ren, man?
I would actually say yes, because he says, "Oh, that's my friend." If he didn't think they were friends, he wouldn't actually say that.
Yeah,
The problem is
exactly.
that's not enough. The demon instinct running wildest, but I still want to burn everything. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
they're not friends, but the overwhelming desire to burn
To
overrides
destroy.
everything.
It's the lust for power and destruction,
Yeah.
I think.
As well as to express that power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that
he says,
goes
"Oh,
all
if
the
I
way
burn
back
it,
to-
she won't mind, right? Because she's my friend." It's not a I don't like you anyway. Screw you. If they wanted to do that, that's what would have happened.
You were
Mhm.
saying, Cletus?
Oh, sorry. No, well, that goes all the way back to at the end of the Kyoto Saga when they're fighting the Impure King, and he has his two inner voices arguing when he's going to
Mhm.
strike down the Impure King, and that's where that originates from. Is
Mhm.
one is his human side saying, "No, they're my friends. I can't hurt them," and on the other flip side of it, his demon side, if you remember, was just screaming, burn it all down, burn them all down.
Mhm.
And okay, now you have this happy little reunion on the astral plane where they got to slug it out to see who's going to be top dog, at least temporarily.
Yeah,
Which is
who's going to be king and who's going to be the horse? Oh wait, wrong anime.
that is an interesting an interesting juxtaposition to how Naruto handled his inner demon, in my opinion. Because Naruto embraced his inner demon and hugged it out. Rin is straight up rejecting this side of himself.
This is very much in line with what Bleach did.
Except
I'm thinking,
eventually the hollow was good.
Well, yes. but hey,
They
there's still time.
represent
There's
they
still
represent
time.
something different, though. I think
Yes.
what Rin's
I know
inner
the
demon at
similarity
this
isn't
point
really
is
there, but I was just like thinking back on the ending of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep with Terra and Xehanort. And
Mhm.
Xehanort saying, we got plenty of time to get this property dispute handled.
Actually, I think that's a better parallel even than Naruto, because it's a different kind of possession. Like Terranort is a more of a violation, and I feel like at this point with Rin's true nature being good, maybe the satanic side is a bit of a violation to what he is, and that he's constantly having to fight it off to survive, to be the good person he
It's-
is inside.
It's arguably like a little piece of Satan.
Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is. It's absolutely a little piece of Satan. I think that's 100% correct. Yeah. Can we talk about who shot Mephisto? I am like, my detective
Ooh.
hat is on,
The
and I
Illuminati.
am just simmering. Yeah, of course. But like, okay, so we know there's a spy, so it's got to be somehow related. Someone did it. The motivation is very clearly because they wanted him to weaken the gate and to unleash, to weaken the gate, obviously. But I who shot him, like, I feel like that's really important. Does anyone else care?
It
besides
is
me?
important, but I don't know if we really have any good leads.
That's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, it is
There's-
important, but I don't know.
Like, there's plenty of people. There's basically the entire Illuminati would want the gate to fail.
Person
But-
Shima takes orders from, that woman.
I don't think she was there. But
I'm just saying I'm just saying potentially. We don't know who it was. We never saw them setting
Well,
up
and Mephisto would know about her, so it wouldn't be
Mhm.
that. It would be someone he doesn't know is a traitor, probably.
I mean, we know that Lightning was investigating Drac Drylescu, but
Mhm.
that could
He
be.
doesn't
that's
seem
a
like the guy who
possibility.
could. That guy doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would shoot Mephisto.
No,
Not
I was
Ryan
also
himself, but he could set it
I
up.
was suspecting Angel as the traitor, but Angel was far away. He wasn't even there at the time, so he can't have been the
Yeah.
suspect.
Nope,
I
sorry,
think-
it's not Angel. Angel's
No,
one of the good guys, I guess.
I guess. It's just annoying, unfortunately.
He's an annoying good guy, yeah.
It could. I mean, there's a small part of me. I don't actually take this seriously. But there's a small part of me that wondered if it was a Maimon, because he is very mischievous. But he seems to be completely enthralled to Mephisto, so I just can't see him being that openly rebellious to his brother that way.
Well,
No.
think about it this way. If Mephisto's been moving people around like chess pieces and planning a lot of this stuff in advance, if he was going to get shot in the face and survive it, he'd want to trust the person pulling the trigger.
Yeah,
He
excellent
did make a
point.
remark about this, and if it's okay, this is kind
Yeah.
of where Kuro knows exactly where I'm about to go because we've talked about this.
We have.
He makes a comment when he gets shot. Oh, I didn't die this time.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
time,
I remember, like, because he's the Lord of Time. We discussed
Mhm.
this possibility that we're going in the time loop thing, right? And that
yes,
Oh.
because
Something
he's been
Yes.
He
Go
didn't
on, go
die
on.
this
He's right.
time.
Share your
Yeah.
theory. Share your theory. It's good.
Yeah, so he didn't die this time. He's tried to show Yukio the past several times, and it didn't work. When?
Nothing that we've seen, which tells
Nothing
us
that we've seen. So I'm very firmly in belief there have been time loops. There have to
Yeah.
have been time loops. There's no other way to explain these lines from Mephisto, who is very clear with the way he speaks. He is very direct in what he wants to say when he wants to say it. And if
Deliberate.
he's being played, yeah, deliberate. That's the word. Direct's not the right
Yeah.
word. Deliberate.
He's deliberate.
He doesn't say things just because. If he says it, there's a meaning behind it. And I don't think he just said that because. I think he did. I think there's been times where he's been down here where he's been shot and killed. I think he's been down the slime where he's been shot and didn't die and showed the past to Yukio and it blew up in his face.
Well, he's
several
tried.
times.
He's made other comments about trying to work with Yukio, and that's not worked. So this time,
Mhm.
I sort of am like I'm like halfway to being a full convert to this theory because there is an inference here that he's trying something different by doing things with Rin this way, and he talks about. We talked about him setting up everybody as chess pieces. Even he makes that reference. How he brought this specific group of children together. He's picked their specific skills. He puts them out on missions that he knows they're not ready for in order to like make things happen. So there really is like if you take a big step back and look at the whole picture together, he's very much arranging things. How else would he do this unless he wanted a specific outcome or knew the outcome? So I definitely like I see where you're coming from with this time loop thing. And I am very much willing to entertain it. I think it's a good theory. And you know how I feel about wild theories.
I'm kind of annoyed if that's true because it just seems unnecessary. But they could do really interesting things with it. So
Yeah.
I'm willing to
Do you-
roll with it.
Do you want me to add on to that theory?
Yeah,
Please
go
do.
for it.
That's why
Everybody add
like I've
everybody add
said it
on.
before on my podcast. That's what Kuro knows it.
Yes.
You guys got to hear it for the first time. I would love for you to add on to this.
Yes.
So my theory, added on to your time loop theory, is the key. The key around Rin's neck. Because if he's going back in time, and it's like, okay, he's going back in time, different clothes and everything. He's got white hair. He's got kind of like that Esquire uniform. Is he going to be in place of Father Fujimoto? Is he going to make the deal? Is that the deal? Is that the pact that he has to make for himself to do that, right? Is not like, it's going to be a paradox, basically.
Interesting.
It's a grandfather paradox, right? You go back in time and you meet your grandfather and you come forward. It's a circular loop that Rin has to complete. And if his information is in the past, he has to complete that loop because otherwise, Faust would have, died or something. Multiple other different timelines that went on. He probably could have seen it all. Something happened between all of that. So maybe it's some type of time loop thing that's going on, like you two said. But then Rin, it kind of looks like his father with that white hair. I mean, if he starts smoking, then something's going on.
Give him a pair of glasses.
Something's going on. It's like, why do you have to dress up in that time like that? Can't you just become invisible? Aren't you a demon? Can't you just do things and everything? Why are you dressing up just to look like it for that certain area, that certain time? What are you infiltrating? What's going to happen? Oh, how are people going to know that this is like not Rin or some other guy or something happened? So is that Faust in the past going to know about this stuff in the future? Like, what's going on? There's something going on there, like you two said. There's some timey-wimey stuff going on.
Didn't Mephisto say that uniform would make him imperceptible to some people?
Yeah, it would make him
Yes, he
invisible.
did.
He's like it's like the Christmas Carol.
There will be there will be a lot more details whenever we get to the Blue Knight that will explain a lot of what's going on there. But yeah, There is no question that Rin is going to witness the past. That's where we're going.
Yes.
Mhm. So he's not just getting told it; he's having to
No.
witness it.
He
He's
is
going
going
to
to witness it
experience it.
firsthand. He's going to see it, the whole thing.
The whole gory affair,
Yep.
or the Goro affair, as it were.
I
Oh,
see what you did there.
I do find your theory there, Laser, interesting in terms of the time loops, as it would, based on things I know upcoming, but
Ooh.
I'm not going to talk about them here.
Yeah, there are things I know that I'm not including in this theory that because I have read ahead. I'm not talking about those, but I think I can know what you might be referring to.
Yeah. So, like, even with the information of this season, it's enough to propose that theory, especially since, like, he's tried many times, but it seems like Yukio has definitely approached Mephisto before, just maybe not on screen. And they all essentially went the same way, where you just messed with him or just disappeared on him. Because, like, the thing with Mephisto is that he's a troll. Like, he's a demon, he's a troll.
He is. Oh, he's the Lord of the Trolls. Absolutely.
He even makes a point of saying, "I'm a demon. It's in my nature to give to those what they don't want."
Yep. So it's like part of the reason that he never told Yukio in full is just like he knows Yukio wants it, and therefore he's going to keep it away as long as he can. But true, as Laser mentioned, it's like he has tried to tell him before or show him before.
I also think that Mephisto can't literally just tell people this information because of a contract.
yeah.
No,
No, he's got to move
and
them.
that
to
actually
for
makes
them to do
sense,
it themselves.
which would explain
Yeah.
why he's got to show them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But show the right people the right things.
The only alternative to a time loop, just to be fair, because the only other way I can see this working is that he's seen it in his own mind. He's seen multiple possibilities in his mind.
Oh, he's Doctor Strange in it.
Yes, that will be the alternative to this, where it's not, the whole world looping, which is certainly a possibility. But for however he's done it, he has at least witnessed or experienced previous go-throughs of this particular series of events, and he's made choices to avoid certain outcomes. Like like you mentioned, he's put these people together. He's made choices on who to send where in order to get an outcome he desires.
But you'd think if he had that ability that he changed a lot.
Now he changed. I think he's changed what he can.
There's probably limits, maybe.
Well,
Most likely.
he's not omniscient. He can't force people to do things.
True.
No.
Which
he
is
can
why
steer 'em in the right
it makes
direction,
sense
but-
if you and he's like, oh, Yukio wants to see this. Let's show it to him. Surely that'll make it work. It didn't work, and I can see, knowing what I know, Yukio coming out of the Blue Night, not happy, not helping, not going the way that you would hope.
Probably.
Well, go back to the monologue
yeah.
right at the end of it where Mephisto's doing the monologue as the episode closes out, and he remarks as they pan away to each character, and he's talking about, he's talking like he's playing chess. The board is set. I've moved the pawns where they can or where they need to be. Let the games begin. So there's something to what you're saying about he's not omnipotent, he's not all powerful, but he's moved everybody where they need to be, and now they got to do the rest.
Mm-hmm.
That's more or less what I'm saying. Yeah, I guess if you want to use the omnipotent, he may or may not be omniscient, but he's definitely not omnipotent.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's what you were trying to say, and it's a good combination. It's a good way to phrase it.
The other reasonable angle could be that, all this time Yukio hasn't been asking, and maybe Mephisto has offered the information, and now that Yukio is finally asking for it, Mephisto's like, no.
That's a possibility.
He does like his petty torments. Yeah, that's
But
definitely.
knowing what I know about Yukio, though, if Mephisto offered, I don't think he'd ever have turned him down.
I do think he might have at times because, again, Yukio wants everything on his own terms. He wants to do everything himself.
I guess it's a possibility, although I don't think that's what he'd do. I think he'd pounce on it because he desperately wants to know.
Well, now he does, ever since
True.
the eye thing started happening. Because for the longest time, he probably thought, oh, I'm just normal. Because as Steven continually points out, he doesn't understand genetics.
No, he certainly does not. For a teacher, he's not very smart now, is he?
Nope. Ah.
Any other? Let's go around the table. Anything we haven't mentioned? We'll start with you, Sketch.
So I felt that this last leg of this season was really compelling stuff,
Mhm.
and it got me amped for what happens next. It was really, really good, and I'm so frustrated with Yukio.
Now you get it.
Now you
I
know
mean,
why
I
titled my
have been
episode.
all this time. I've been continually more and more frustrated with it. Oh man, there's something wrong with that kid.
If you want to
Holding
steal it,
his
you are welcome to
friends
steal my
at
episode title.
gunpoint,
God damn it,
attacking
Yukio.
attacking poor Shiemi when just because she mentions his brother's name. Just the very mention of your brother cares. It's like, well, who asked him to?
Mhm.
You at some point, I think.
Yeah.
And this just terrible complex that he has that Rin is perfect and he's defective, when Rin feels quite the opposite. But it is totally understandable that he's worked so hard for so long only to realize that the organization he's dedicated his life to might not be good.
Mhm.
That's definitely going to shatter the worldview of a teenager.
Mm.
And Lucifer just made the offer very compelling
Mhm.
because he'll give him the information and not necessarily F around like Mephisto will.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been really good stuff, and like Rin awakening his demon side because he broke the coma sword. Like, whoa, that was shocking. That just suddenly happening. That was a crazy development. And now he's got to go back to the past to see all this, and we know it's not a happy story. It's
And you gotta wait. Who knows how long? Hopefully, only 6 months. We what we talked about last week. Hopefully, not that. But now you
That would
understand
be
how
awesome.
frustrated I was because I told you it ends on a massive cliffhanger, and it's gonna be really hard to wait. It's so hard to wait.
Yeah,
So hard.
it's like
I don't
back
think
when
I'm
we
waiting.
appeared on the live
I don't think I'm waiting.
stream for the podcast. I'm like, yeah, we're about to get into peak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Blue Knight's good stuff. I've read the manga. I haven't seen the show. I intend to in the near future.
Yeah, it's good. I've gotten into it. I won't say more, but yeah. Fabian, anything we didn't say that you wanted to mention about this season and the last 2 episodes?
Rin and Shiemi's building relationship, where Rin fully confesses, Shiemi
Mhm.
deals with it, but she's keeping a respectful distance right now. It's like, dang, we're just now we're just stuck on the tracks of that.
Nothing will convince me they won't end up together forever. Nothing. I am determined that's gonna happen. I will die on this hill. Along with the fact that legendary beasts are cats, not dogs. Anyway. surprising nobody.
So yeah, they're developing relationships between the two of them really good for this season. Surprising to learn more about like Shura and what her deal is.
Yeah.
That she was
Her
set to
backstory.
die by a certain age.
Oh gosh, that's such a messed up story. Blue Exorcist is just full of messed up stories, man.
It's like it rivals One Piece in backstory screwed upness.
You do, by the end of that story, you do kind of feel bad for the snake demon whose life is eternal.
Yeah,
maybe.
and now he's
Eternal
being
life kinda
experimented
sucks.
on by the Illuminati that they've captured him. So he's not having a good time, presumably.
No, he's really not.
Some pity there. Laser, any thoughts about this season or overall and the past the finale that you wanted to mention that you hadn't mentioned yet?
God damn it, Yukio.
I knew you were gonna
That
say
boy
that.
ain't right.
That's why I named my podcast episode on this. God damn it, Yukio, and I will keep saying it.
You did, I remember. Yeah. I was a lot less understanding the first time around, but having watched it again, I get it more. I'm a
I get it
little bit more
more, but
sympathetic.
I'm a little more sympathetic, but it's still so frustrating. It's
Sure,
like
no, he's a
watching
jerk.
it's like watching a kid do the dumb thing. You're like, you dumb kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a jerk and he's disrespectful to the people who love him, and yeah, that's annoying, but I have a little bit more sympathy for him than I did the first time I watched it.
Hurt
So
people hurt people.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
bingo.
Yeah, no, it's very clear that he's suffering quite a bit. That is very obvious, and on that level, I do have sympathy for him. I mean, that's how cycles begin. Things like this. I don't even say begin because the cycle started a while ago.
Generational trauma. My name is Blue Exorcist.
Yes, indeed.
Also,
Yeah.
hitting on what we talked about previously in regards to like Yukio's depression.
His mental health struggles. Yeah. Steven, anything you wanted to add about the finale?
Yeah, you already know what I think about the series and Yukio as a whole. He's an idiot. I mean, there's nothing for me to say about this guy. I mean, I don't know. It's a great story. I kind of at the end of it don't like brother drama that much because I guess it hits a little too close to home for me. I don't know, but I I don't know. It's fun. It's interesting. There were times where me and Brittany, our other amazing social media manager, were talking on the Discord, and it was like there were times where I'm almost visibly upset for what Yukio did. And I'm yelling in the Discord. I'm thinking, this guy's an idiot. And how can I watch this show anymore? And then it draws me back in. And then it takes me out again with what Yukio does. So they're pulling at my heartstrings because Brittany's asking me, what did Blue Exorcist do to you this week? And I'm like, the finale was fine. I mean, I don't think he could have did anything else because it did solve all the plot points that I was thinking that it's going to solve. It answered some of the questions, gave me more. Finding out that what happened to Faust and all the stuff that's leading up to Satan taking both of them or trying to take both of them because maybe somewhere along the line he might not just need one body, but he needs two bodies. and these two are the perfect hosts for it. I don't know, something. But it feels like it's right, but then sometimes Yukio did something that just made me visibly upset and angry. But yeah, I liked it.
Well, I like that theory. He probably does need bodies eventually.
Yeah. Cletus, then we'll end on our guest. Any final thoughts about this season of Blue Exorcist, or even specifically about the finale?
Oh, let's see here.
Breathes deeply.
Yeah. Give my mind a minute. It's like one of those rotating cupboards. It comes back around. You just got to give it a second. Several things, I guess, come to mind. Number one, so season 2 was about the boys over at Miyota. In season 3, it was Izumo. Season 4, so far, you got Shura's backstory, and Yukio took it the rest of the way. And to piggyback off of something that Laser said, yeah, you see him suffering. And that is where your genuine sympathy for that character comes from, because he's a teenager. He's not equipped intellectually or emotionally to make all the best mature decisions in the world. Plus, he's dealing with otherworldly powers bubbling up inside him and trying to burst out. Some of that's out of his control, but he also compounds and doubles down on a bunch of bad decisions and then just keeps digging that hole and isolates himself to a certain percentage, voluntarily, involuntarily, and to the point where, there were times watching it where I wanted to unleash my inner Red Foreman and put my foot up his ass, but, it, yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. It's like watching a weed grow in the garden. You notice something sprout out of the ground, you don't pay it no mind. But once it gets up to a certain height, you clip it out, because otherwise it's going to spread and it's going to cause a problem. Going all the way back to the start of the story, yeah, I mean, him and his brother were obviously competitive. He was insecure about being the weaker brother. And take that, move along another season. Okay, now he's getting more paranoid about demonic powers and everything because Toto triggers it in their fight. Now you move on again, and the situation may be semi in control, starting to spin out of control. And by the time you hit season 4, he's backsliding and there's no emergency brake to pull.
Yeah.
And so great storytelling for like where the character is going. That's very, very well done. And season 4 certainly amped it up to another level. I can't wait to see where it goes, being they hung that on a cliffhanger like that. Other than that, the one thing, and I feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in case I don't remember if you guys have covered this or not. The one character that's kind of been sitting in the back of my mind, not because he's been an important part of this season, but you talk about him putting on a mask in front of people, trying to pretend to Rin and the others that he was perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong. And yet there was one character who knew very well what was going wrong, and that was Shima. Shima multiple times tells him to his face, if you can't handle this, you need to go talk to somebody.
He does.
But at the same time, Shima doesn't say a word to anybody either.
While also still pushing Yukio's buttons.
Oh, absolutely. If anything, he helps aggravate it and push it along and make it worse and worse and worse. So that was really the only thing that kind of hung in my mind. I mean, it was a very well done, I guess, half of a season. I can't wait to see where it goes from there. Hopefully the rest of that comes to the blocks sooner rather than later. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, the previous season, this season, and the next one pretty much came out almost back to back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 3 and 4 were literally immediately one or the other. Then there was like a season between 4 and 5, and yeah.
Okay.
And according to Crunchyroll, they're all
Yeah, don't listen to the
Yeah.
Crunchyroll. They don't know what they're talking
Crunchyroll's, yeah, you could say I can see it because it is basically one production run.
That's
But
not how they're advertising themselves, though.
no, it wasn't.
no.
So, also, you don't need me to say this, but fuck you, Crunchyroll.
Oh, I have things to say about Crunchyroll, but that'll be later.
That was what I had to say about Crunchyroll. How is it? All summarized neatly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I think that this is one of the most interesting series. I'm really glad that we got to have a run of the subsequent series because all of these seasons really build off of each other in a way like it is something you definitely see off of shonen, but Blue Exorcist just does such a good job of making the events that happen prior so important to the events that happen next. And honestly, I think not having it on did such a disservice to the show. So I'm really pleased that a whole new audience got to experience how interesting the story can be and how exciting it's getting and are really invested. I saw a lot of positive feedback online, a positive feedback on Reddit even. Even the people who are disappointed at not seeing the next season, and I think everybody's now understanding why I was so frustrated given the massive cliffhanger. But yes, I'm completely into this story now. I'm sucked in. They've got me, if they didn't before, they have me now, and I'm really glad that I have a bunch of people here with me. So on that note, I'm gonna read some talkbacks from from Twitter. We'll start with Anime Twin Princesses 716. Loved it. This might actually be my favorite season so far. Especially loved Hakira Taro, my favorite Blue Exorcist husbando. I have such a thing for men voiced by Crispin Freeman. Now to patiently wait for the Blue Knight Saga to come to Toonami soon, hoping sometime this year. I am with you, girl. Fooly Cooley with triple O says Yukio makes me want to punch the air in anger.
I think we've all been there.
It's just so succinct. It's so perfect. Horatio Cross writes, the bonds of brotherhood are officially broken now between Rin and Yukio. Each is awakening to something very dangerous, and I fear they'll have to officially face each other before they see their, quote, dad of sorts. Lots of build-up this season. Bring this back for more. I agree. Some Schmo writes, just when you think Yukio can't be a worse person or brother, he makes it happen. He's complete garbage.
Oh, Yukio.
Yeah. Tyler writes in, 9 out of 10, banger. So glad Toonami aired this and put me into it. I enjoyed the whole ride, especially season 4. What a great climax and cliffhanger. Hope we get to see more in the future. Gotta love the Okumura brothers. Do we have to love? I love Rin. I feel sorry for Yukio right now, which I think is a nicer version of what I was feeling towards him. So at least they've gained some sympathy. Pathogen Zero writes, pretty
Got
cool.
some sympathy for the devil.
I do have some sympathy for the devil. Then I wouldn't be me if I didn't, though. Pretty cool. The opening theme song performed by Real is one of my favorites so far. So thanks for introducing me to it. And great to hear Crispin Freeman's voice again. I love the Crispin Freeman love.
It was nice hearing him. He was great.
And then just a brief from Wolf Caught Wolf, rating it a 9 out of 10. Wow, this season got more intense as ever, but that cliffhanger though. Hopefully in the future we'll get season 4, part 2 on Blue Knight Saga, which I'm just gonna call season 5. 9 out of 10. The big thumbs up emoji from Rin. Yeah.
Now, are you
Great
going to call it season
stuff.
5, or are they going to call it?
I'm calling it season 5, and Wikipedia calls it season 5, so it's fucking season 5. That's what we're going with, guys.
Alrighty.
I thought it was
Yes.
season 4, part 2.
No, it's season 5 sketch. It's season 5.
All right.
And on that note, I think it's time for some house cleaning.
Yes, for sure. One final thought though. Blue Exorcist. Now, it was definitely a bit of a moment when they brought back Blue Exorcist from the beginning. Back when they did, especially because there wasn't that much going on with Toonami at the time. It was like, oh, okay, well, yes, they got this for cheap, and we were all just hoping that they would finally play Kyoto and beyond, and they did. Though I don't adore this series, and I have various about it at times. It can be really compelling stuff when it wants to be, and I'm in now.
I love
I'm,
it.
I'm in now.
Yes.
I gotta see what happens now,
Yes.
or rather,
Hey!
what happened in the past.
Yes.
Go back to
I
the
love
past.
it when
Samurai
sketch
Jack.
gets sucked in. That's like my favorite thing. Like that time you got sucked into Naruto. I love it. I love it. Then we have something we can talk about.
Hmm. So hopefully we don't take too long to get that Blue Knight Saga aired on Toonami. It is definitely a bummer that they're not just going right into it.
Yeah.
These things happen.
To us.
Mm.
These things happen to us.
Yes.
It happened to Toonami fans.
Hmm. All right, house cleaning. You can email us at podcast@toonamifaithful.com. Also, of course, send your talkbacks, hashtag Toonami Talkback, as some of you did for Blue Exorcist and Mashle. But you can do Toonami Talkback for anything that's airing on Toonami. And I'm sure plenty of you will feel like chiming in on Blue Lock and Tokyo Revengers and the continuing series on Toonami as we nearly finish off the season of Bleach. We got 6 episodes left. So you can follow us on Facebook.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast and on Twitter @Toonami Podcast. You can listen to the podcast and just about everything, including Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and the TuneIn app. And you can find every episode of the podcast to stream online at the same place they found the encrypted clinical trials on Lazarus, SoundCloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. You get the latest news by following @ToonamiFaithful.com on Blue Sky and @Toonami News on Twitter. And read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. So, Cletus, tell the listeners where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter @Cletus T 1986 or not. The choice is yours.
Mm-hmm. Fabian, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me under the username Faboover, FABOOVER, at YouTube, Twitter, and Blue Sky.
Laser, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter @LaserKid Prime. You can find me on Blue Sky @LaserKid, and you can find me on my podcast where we say "God damn it, Yukio" a lot. The Simuldub Saints at Simuldub Saints. We talk about Simuldubs. They're fun.
Stream and Steven, tell the folks where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me being on like every social media platform as a third-rate dealer with a fourth-rate deck on like every single platform. Yeah.
I noticed that Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Yeah, I get one a month, okay? One a month.
You're using this one early.
Yeah, I am. Just wait till you see the post tomorrow. Aside from that, yeah, you want to follow me, you can. You don't want to follow me, I don't care. It's a mix of ghosts. Have fun.
It's like, I don't care if you follow me. It's not like I want you to follow me, Baka. Kuro, tell the folks where they can find.
I have been playing a lot of Pokemon Go lately, so I've been not online as much as I should. But when I am, you can find me both on Twitter and on Blue Sky by following at Happy Kuro Kitty. And yes, the legendary beasts are cats, not dogs. They're cats. So Sketch, where can they find you?
Wait.
They're cats!
They're
Are
Eevees.
they?
They're evolutions.
Look at those paws, okay? And the creator himself said he based Raikou off of a tiger. Tiger.
Well, that's true, but I mean, Suicune does not look like that. The other two, I can see.
Beast. So it's a beast, so it's kind of meant to be like ambiguous. You know, it's not meant to be either or.
They're based
However,
on Voltbyon, Flareon,
people
and
need to
Vaporeon.
no,
They're
those
not
are
really
those are
based on those.
foxes. Those are foxes, so
True.
they're like they're foxes. I'm fine with that.
Cute little foxes.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you make the barking comment, seals bark too, and they're not dogs.
Fair.
I
don't
thought this through way too much.
I bet you have. I bet you have.
The argument's ready. I need a better hobby, guys.
Well, truly, spending less
Save me
time
from
on
myself.
social media is good.
Yeah, I
Social media
replaced social
detoxes
media
are nice.
with an app on my phone. It gets me out of the house, but how much does it get me away from technology? Not much.
Yep. I've been trading my scrolling for strolling and my scrolling for strolling.
Much
What
more
I say?
admirable pursuit. Much more noble pursuit too.
Don't know if anyone
Indeed.
saw me post
Very
this
healthy.
on social
I-
media or
Yes,
to
indeed.
Discord.
I gotta say, it's really helped my mental everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just good
Mm.
Excellent.
reset. Good.
I had to delete Twitter off my phone.
I mean, I'm never going to go that far because I use it
No.
to communicate with people. Though it's very frustrating to me ever since they changed the app and now it's incompatible because of the chat change. And now I'm never updating Twitter on my phone. I'm not doing it. So I just have to go on the browser to actually read some messages, and I always forget to do that. Thankfully, I saw Cletus's message, so he was able to join us this week.
Well, this is good.
And we're so glad he did.
Yep.
We are. We certainly
yeah.
are. We
Happy
hope
to
to
be
have you
here.
back soon. So, anytime we're talking about a show you're interested in, feel free to reach out.
Will do.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Sketch1984. Also on Blue
You hadn't done
Sky,
that yet?
Sketch1984. I hadn't. I got on like a tangent because of the
That was me, my fault. I
Kinda.
did that.
kind of
I take
But,
responsibility.
to kind of joke on Paul or Darrell being like in my bed or at the. You might find me strolling around town.
That's for you. I like it.
I do. I've
can't-
never in my life been this enthusiastic about taking a walk. I don't know what happened. Just one day it clicked. It's like, this is actually kind of nice. So now when I wake up, it's like, I want to go for a walk.
If you
Wanna
want to
touch
make
some
it
grass.
extra fun, download the Walk to Mordor app, and then you can track your progress as you walk to Mordor.
Ooh.
This is like the ultimate nerdy thing to do. I have it on mine.
Well, there's worse ways to keep track of your steps. I haven't really been keeping track of my steps or even how long I've
It's
been.
nothing to do with keeping
pretty-
track of steps. It's just more about like hitting those milestones.
We're
where you get to be
delaying
like, that's where
his
you
house
are.
cleaning.
That's it. I I've found I'm able to if I'm just keeping a leisurely pace, I can walk a long time as long as I don't have to go to the bathroom. That makes everything come to a screeching halt. But if I don't have to
Or
go to the
until
bathroom,
you start chafing.
I can walk a pretty long time in a long distance. And then I go a really long ways and I'm like, oh man, go back now. But this is a very walkable town, and also I know where to catch every bus, so that can be useful if I don't feel like walking part. Yeah, walking about. I don't know how long this high is gonna last. I feel like it won't last forever, but
Enjoy it while
I
it does.
I will
I am
I will
proud of
take
you.
advantage of it while it does.
I'm proud of you,
That's-
Sketch.
Attaboy.
Yeah. I feel good about it. Feel good about it since I spend so much time sitting on my butt. Good change of pace. So yeah. Thank you all for listening, whether you tuned in live to the live stream or you are listening to the podcast
Did you
after the
even tell
fact.
where people can find you?
Yes, he
I
did.
did. I did. I put it in there somewhere.
Okay.
He did. I was listening. That's
Listen,
my
I was
job.
just
I was
distracted.
paying
by the
attention.
But in
fact that
case
we
you
got
missed it,
attention
it's
again.
Sketch. It's Sketch 1984 on Twitter and Blue. It's the same thing it has been. I don't even feel like I need to say it. Oh yeah. Oh, I am going to be on an episode of Tsunami Squad podcast sessions pretty soon. Hasn't been recorded yet, but pretty
Okay.
soon. In which I will talk about Mashle and Blue Exorcist again.
Oh
Okay.
boy!
I'll
I wouldn't-
definitely listen. I can't
wouldn't
believe
be
they brought you on to talk about Blue Exorcist and not me.
What have I done?
I mean, you could
I'm
ask.
kidding. I was just on. No, I'm not. I'm not actually jealous. I was just on.
I
You
feel
should
like I
totally
might.
listen to the episode. It's a good episode.
I feel bad because
might-
I was invited, but I've got other things going on.
Well, if they invited both of us, why didn't they invite?
No, it
don't
doesn't
know.
make sense. I talk about it here. I was just on too.
Yeah, wild. I feel like I might be the most positive on Blue Exorcist when we get to it.
You gotta represent me, Sketch. You gotta
I-
channel my energy.
I'll try my best. So yeah, that'll be out eventually. But as always, we will continue to cover what Toonami's got going on, and we got new shows starting this Saturday: Blue Lock and Tokyo Revengers in the 1 a.m. hour. Very hyped. Looking forward to talking about those shows. So we will get right on that, along with continuing to talk about Bleach and Primal, which we all hope is not nearly as icky as it has been. Just so icky. Oh,
Oh
so
god!
icky. No bones about it.
Yo!
Oh.
Oh boy. Yeah. So again,
Lord's
thank you
proud of
for
you.
listening. We always yes. He should be. Thank you for listening. We always appreciate your listenership. Be sure to share the podcast with your friends if you think they would be interested. And until next time, goodbye, Blue Exorcist.
No. It's your parents, Rin. Something's going on with your parents. You need to go back to the past. Thank you.
Perfect.
Dead inside.
Perfect.
And we're out.